Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. 54. Hey, that's good. Get it.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Exit. Check it backer. Hey, alert 3.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Taking it about the 16. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bears take over.
Let's go. 70, Indy. 54. Run it. Ready.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2nd and 11. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
I'm going back to you.
Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
On the set.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. That'll be complete to Breida. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-punt drive last time, see if the defense, they're nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. They'll look to throw. Open man is Trey Burton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Right here.
Second and 9 now. That's caught. It's Coleman. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Shoot.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, zoom.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. 30, 20, and they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Here's 2nd and 8. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You ready? 58, come on. In your face. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
I know he ain't got it. Ready?
Looking to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll look to throw here. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go! Watch the screen!
He'll look to throw. He gets it to Cooks. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's Breida. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
3rd down and 9.
Ready! 30 base. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Hey, high 7. Check curls. Mike 50. Go. You better be afraid. Let's go. You better be afraid of me.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Cohen. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They'll drop the throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
He wasn't ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It got his man, complete. Shifts free at the 15. A big play there for the Niners. 64 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Mike spot 4.
They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready, ready. 10 Lobo. General West. Hey, Alpha. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. You don't want nothing. Give it. Pick up the ball. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go, D. Here I come. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now back to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
On third down, a run from Breida. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
On the ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Bravo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
First down, Chicago.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Set 60 or.
That's the way.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down.
Check right 54. Right 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, 93 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
Ready up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run. This is Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Bears.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw here. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is right down Broadway. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Ready, break.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go now. Hand you saw.
On deck, baby, on deck.
5.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. A man from nearby Stanford, Solomon Thomas, on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Coleman. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 54. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
They will run again with Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Second turn, defense.
6-6. Bullet high.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Ready.
This is Breida. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Topper.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Deuce.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's got daylight. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. They try again with Cohen. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from 1st down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Right there. Stop your whining.
Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll set up a throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So now it's 4th down and short. And whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option. But as you've also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 7-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Pettis. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Switch, switch, switch. Check 24, check 24.
Go, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rip left, rip left.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.